moving on. Number 18 on my list, the seldom forgotten
Oh,
Garbiñe Muguruza.
Muguruza. See, once again, we are sharing some similar situations here. I had Garbiñe is a little bit she she's in my mix, but not as but not in this exact tier. The
Okay.
I
Okay.
I felt like, to your point, I felt like Garbiñe was a little bit she was a little bit stronger. I just because I felt like her dominance. I always give a little bit of love to the players that like Vika that did some damage on with some of the best by taking down some of the best players in their prime. And I think she did that. I know you can speak to her some of her stats better than I can, but I always like Garbiñe and Garbina, however say her name. But Muguruza was always a pleasure to watch, and I felt like she could have won one or two more had injuries and whatnot not been what they were toward the end of her because she was just getting
She was
started.
just getting started. Yeah, she finaled Australian Open in 2020, and then that was more or less that's when the world shut down right after that, and then that's kind of the end of the ride for Garbiñe. Made a decent run at it. Australian Open the following year, but yeah, just kind of that was the tail end for her. And I'll say the bulk of her work was done kind of in the 2015 2018 space. Final Wimbledon in 2015, where she lost to Serena and then came back the next year, French Open, and beat Serena. Now, when we're getting to this air of players where you're talking about beating Serena Williams in a final, and that's Anne made it to. I think she did make it to world number one. Garbiñe did, and held that spot for just 4 weeks, but she did. That is different than, let's say, late stage beating Serena like a Bianca Andreescu, right? This is different. This is real deal. We're talking prime, one of Serena's primes, um, and that's you can't. I think that's it right there. Like that's the thing. And then the following year, 2017, backs it up and beats Venus at Wimbledon in the finals. Like so that's taken out some of the best to ever do it under the most pressure filled situations. I ride hard for Garbiñe. Again, I'm not gonna say taken from us too soon because she's not dead.
But I know what you mean.
Yeah. 2020 took away a good chunk of her career,
It
and I
did.
think she just found it more valuable to be living her life as not a tennis player after that, more or less.
I can completely agree, and she was and it sunset a lot of careers in it, Alvin. Those that were contemplating what they were and weren't going to do, and others, including Petra, including Venus, who decided maybe I didn't finish on the terms I wanted to, because of COVID and whatever else. The natural progression of the tour didn't happen due to COVID. Heck, the French didn't even happen that year, right? So there's a whole nother talk show right there. But no, I have her and. I have her not so far in the future. So,
Okay.
but perhaps we'll get there.